Welcome to Bedtime Daydreams. Tonight, we're going to experience something truly special, something a lot of us have been searching for, that feeling of a completely quiet mind, no racing thoughts, no endless mental chatter, just peace. We're going to walk through what it would be like to finally achieve that state, to lie down at night and not have your brain spinning through 1,000 worries, to experience real mental silence, real calm, and we're going to explore what that feels like, how it changes your days, and how you live when your mind is finally truly quiet. Before we begin, if you enjoy this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button. We create these stories to help you unwind and imagine the life you'd love to live. And leave a comment telling us where you're from, what time it is where you are, and what your racing thoughts are usually about. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, get comfortable. Let's begin. It's a Tuesday night. You're lying in bed, and like usual, your mind won't stop. You're thinking about work, that email you forgot to send, the conversation you had today that felt weird, what you need to do tomorrow, that thing you said 5 years ago that still makes you cringe, bills, groceries, that noise the car is making. Your brain just keeps going and going and going. You try to sleep. You close your eyes, but the thoughts just get louder. It's like they've been waiting for this moment, for the quiet of nighttime to really come alive. And you're exhausted. You're so tired, but sleep won't come because your mind won't let it. You've tried everything, haven't you? Meditation apps that make you more aware of how loud your thoughts are. Sleep podcasts that you can't focus on because you're too busy thinking. Breathing exercises that work for about 30 seconds before your brain decides to remind you of something embarrassing from high school. You've read all the articles, tried all the techniques, and nothing really works. But tonight something shifts. You don't know what it is at first. You're lying there in the dark, and you notice something strange. Your mind is quieter, not completely silent yet, but quieter. Like someone turned down the volume on all those thoughts. They're still there, but they're distant, muffled, like they're happening in another room. You almost don't trust it, because you've had moments like this before, brief flashes of peace that disappear as soon as you notice them. The second you think, oh, my mind is quiet, it starts up again. So you don't think about it. You just notice it, like watching a bird land near you. If you stay still, maybe it won't fly away. And it doesn't. The quiet stays. You take a breath, a real breath, not a stressed breath or an anxious breath, just a normal, easy breath. And when you exhale, you feel your shoulders drop. You didn't even realize how tense they were, how long you've been carrying that tension. Months? Years? Maybe your whole life. You shift a little in bed, get more comfortable, and usually this would trigger a whole chain of thoughts. Is this the right position? What if I can't fall asleep? What time is it? How many hours until I have to wake up? But those thoughts don't come. Or they do, but they're so faint you can barely hear them, like whispers from far away that you can choose to ignore. This is new. This is really new. You've never experienced anything quite like this. Your mind has always been like a radio stuck between stations, constant static and noise, snippets of songs and voices all jumbled together. But right now, it's like someone found the off button. Not completely off, but definitely turned way down. You lie there and just feel it, the quietness. It's not empty or scary. It's just calm, peaceful. Your thoughts are still there if you want them, but you don't have to engage with them. They float by like clouds. You can watch them pass without grabbing onto them, without following them down the rabbit hole. A thought comes up about tomorrow, something you need to do, and normally you'd latch onto it, start planning and worrying and going through all the possibilities. But tonight, you just acknowledge it. Okay, that's something for tomorrow. And then you let it go. And it actually goes. It doesn't stick around demanding attention. It just drifts away. You feel your body relaxing in ways you didn't know it could. Your jaw unclenches. You've been clenching it without realizing, probably for hours, maybe for days. Your forehead smooths out. All those little muscles you keep tight without knowing it start to release. Your whole face feels softer, younger even. And your mind feels spacious. That's the word that comes to you. Spacious. Like there's room in there now. Room to breathe. Room to just exist without constantly processing and analyzing and planning and worrying. It's like you've been living in a tiny, crowded room and someone just opened the door to a wide open field. You hear the sounds of the night, the hum of the refrigerator downstairs, a car passing on the street. These sounds used to irritate you, used to keep you awake, but now they're just sounds. They don't mean anything. They don't trigger thoughts or worries. They're just part of the background, part of the peaceful, quiet night. You think back to earlier today, how stressed you were, how your mind was racing through everything, the anxiety that sat in your chest like a weight, the constant mental chatter that never stopped. And you realize that's gone now, that weight has lifted, the chatter has quieted, and in its place is this incredible sense of calm. It's not that your problems have disappeared. You still have work tomorrow, bills to pay, things to figure out. But right now, in this moment, none of that matters. You don't need to solve anything. You don't need to plan anything. You can just be here, just exist, without your mind constantly pulling you into the past or pushing you into the future. You wonder how long this will last. Part of you is scared to fall asleep because you don't want to lose this feeling. But another part of you knows that sleep will come naturally now, easily, because your mind isn't fighting it anymore. Your thoughts aren't keeping you awake. For the first time in what feels like forever, you can actually let go and drift off. You feel sleepy, really sleepy, not that frustrated, exhausted feeling where you're tired but can't sleep. This is different. This is that heavy, comfortable sleepiness where your body just wants to sink into the mattress and let go. Your eyelids are getting heavier. Your breathing is getting slower and deeper. And your mind is so quiet, so beautifully quiet. A memory surfaces, something from childhood. You're lying in bed as a kid, and you feel safe and sleepy and content. Your mind wasn't racing back then. You could just close your eyes and sleep would come. And that's how you feel now. Like you've somehow returned to that simple, peaceful state. Before anxiety became your constant companion. Before your mind learned to race and worry about everything. You didn't even know you missed that feeling until now. That uncomplicated peace. That ability to just rest without all the mental noise. And the fact that you're experiencing it again right now feels like coming home. like finding something you lost a long time ago and forgot you were even looking for. The room feels cozy. Your bed feels comfortable in a way it hasn't in months. Usually you're tossing and turning, adjusting pillows, never quite settling. But now everything feels just right. The temperature is perfect. The pillow is supporting your head just the way you need. The blanket has just the right weight. Everything is exactly as it should be. You become aware of your heartbeat. It's slow and steady, calm, not racing like it usually does when you lie down at night, not pounding with anxiety or stress. Just a quiet, regular rhythm, like a gentle drum keeping time in the background. And it's soothing. You can feel it in your chest. Feel the blood pulsing through your body in a slow, peaceful flow. Your breathing matches your heartbeat, slow and steady, in and out, in and out. You're not controlling it. You're not trying to breathe in any particular way. It's just happening naturally, effortlessly, the way breathing is supposed to happen when you're relaxed and calm and not thinking about it. Another thought tries to come up, something about your schedule, but it feels optional now, like a suggestion rather than a demand. You can think about it if you want to, or you can let it go, and you choose to let it go. It's easy. You just release it and it floats away like a balloon you've let go of, up and away until you can't even see it anymore. You realize you're smiling a little, just a slight upturn of your lips, because this feels good. This quiet mind, this peaceful body, this sense that everything is okay. You don't have to do anything or be anything or figure anything out. You can just lie here in this comfortable bed and let yourself relax, really relax, down to your bones. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and welcoming, not scary or restless like it sometimes feels when you can't sleep. It's gentle, like a warm blanket for your mind. You could look at it forever and never get bored, because there's nothing to analyze or figure out. It's just darkness, simple and peaceful and calm. You think about all the nights you've spent lying awake, staring at the ceiling, watching the clock, getting more and more frustrated as the hours pass and sleep doesn't come. The anxiety of knowing you have to wake up soon and you still haven't slept. The racing thought that just won't stop no matter what you do. But those nights feel far away now, like they happened to someone else. Because right now, in this moment, you're experiencing something completely different. Your mind is quiet, your body is relaxed, and sleep is coming. You can feel it approaching like a gentle wave, slow and steady and inevitable. And instead of fighting it or worrying about it, you're just letting it happen. There's a sound outside, maybe a dog barking in the distance, and you notice it, but it doesn't bother you. It doesn't start a chain of thoughts about noise or neighbors or whatever else your anxious mind usually latches onto. It's just a sound. It happens, and then it's over. And you're still lying here, still calm, still quiet. Your muscles feel loose and heavy, like they're melting into the mattress. You're not holding tension anywhere, not in your neck or your shoulders or your back or your legs. Everything is just released, letting go, sinking down into comfort and rest. This is what relaxation really feels like. Not just the absence of stress, but the presence of true peace. You wonder briefly if you'll remember this feeling tomorrow, if you'll be able to recreate it, but that worry doesn't stick around either, because right now, tomorrow doesn't matter. Only this moment matters. This quiet, peaceful, perfect moment where your mind is finally blissfully still. A wave of gratitude washes over you. You're grateful for this quiet, for this peace, for this break from the constant mental noise that's been your companion for so long. You didn't realize how exhausting it was to have a racing mind until now, until you're experiencing what it's like without it. And it's such a relief, such a profound relief. Your thoughts are becoming dreamlike now, less linear, less logical. They're starting to blend together in that way they do when you're drifting towards sleep. But it's not chaotic or stressful. It's gentle, pleasant, like watching watercolors blend on paper. One thought flows into another without effort or struggle. You might be asleep already. You're not sure. The line between waking and sleeping feels blurry and soft. And that's okay. You don't need to know which side you're on. You're just floating in that peaceful in-between space. That liminal zone where everything is calm and quiet and safe. Time feels different, slower, or maybe faster. You're not sure. You don't care. Time doesn't matter when your mind is quiet, when you're not constantly checking and measuring and calculating. You're just existing, just being, and that's enough, more than enough. The temperature is perfect, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Everything about this moment is just right, like the universe conspired to create the perfect conditions for rest, for peace, for sleep. And you're grateful, so grateful. You feel safe. That's an important word, safe. Your body knows it's safe to rest. Your mind knows it's safe to quiet down. There's no danger, no threat, nothing you need to be alert for or worried about. You can let your guard down. You can stop scanning for problems. You can just be here, in this bed, in this moment, completely at peace. Your breathing is so slow now, so deep and easy. Each breath feels like it's coming from your belly, filling your whole body with calm. And each exhale releases more tension, more worry, more of whatever you've been carrying around. With each breath, you're lighter, softer, more relaxed. The pillow is cradling your head perfectly. The mattress is supporting your body in just the right way. The blanket is the ideal weight. Everything physical is taken care of, and everything mental is quiet. You don't need anything. You don't want anything. You're complete exactly as you are, right here, right now. A sense of contentment fills you, not excitement or joy or any big emotion. Just contentment, that quiet satisfaction of being exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing, which is nothing, just resting, just being, just letting your mind be quiet and your body be still. You wake up the next morning, and the first thing you notice is how you feel. Rested. Actually rested. Not that groggy, heavy feeling you usually have. Not that sense that you didn't really sleep even though hours passed. You feel refreshed, clear, like your body actually got what it needed during the night. And your mind is still quiet. That's the amazing part. You half expected the racing thoughts to return the moment you opened your eyes, but they haven't. There's space in your head, room to think clearly without all the background noise. It's like the difference between trying to have a conversation in a crowded restaurant versus a quiet room. Everything is clearer, easier. You lie there for a moment, just noticing this, testing it, waiting for the anxiety to kick in, for your brain to start listing everything you need to do today. But it doesn't happen. Instead, you just think about getting up, making coffee, starting your day. Simple thoughts, clear thoughts, without all the extra worry and planning and stress layered on top. You get out of bed, and your body feels different too. Lighter, less tense. You didn't realize how much physical tension came from your racing mind until now, until you're experiencing what it's like without it. Your shoulders aren't up around your ears. Your jaw isn't clenched. Even your stomach feels calmer, more settled. In the bathroom, you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, and you look different. Your face is softer, less stressed. The lines between your eyebrows aren't as deep. Your eyes look brighter, more present. It's subtle, but it's there. You look like someone who slept well, who isn't constantly worried. You brush your teeth, and usually this is when your mind starts racing about the day ahead. But not today. Today you're just brushing your teeth. That's all. You notice the mint taste of the toothpaste, the sound of the water running, the simple act of taking care of yourself. And it's enough. You don't need to be thinking about 10 other things at the same time. Downstairs, you make coffee, and you're really making coffee. Not making coffee while simultaneously thinking about work and money and relationships and everything else. You're measuring the grounds, pouring the water, listening to the coffee maker bubble and hiss. The smell of fresh coffee fills the kitchen, and you actually notice it, really notice it. Instead of it just being background information, your brain registers while focusing on something else. You take your first sip, and it's good, really good. You taste it, the bitterness and warmth, the way it feels going down. This is what being present feels like, you realize. This is what people mean when they talk about mindfulness. You're not trying to be mindful. You're not doing some technique or exercise. Your quiet mind just naturally allows you to be here, right here, in this moment. You sit at the kitchen table and look out the window. There are birds at the feeder. You've never really watched them before. They've always been there, but you've never actually paid attention. Too busy thinking about other things. But now you watch them. The way they hop around, how they peck at the seeds, the quick movements of their heads. It's peaceful, simple, and you're content to just sit here and watch. Your phone buzzes, a text message. Usually this would trigger immediate stress. Who is it? What do they want? Do you need to respond right away? But not now. Now you just pick up the phone and look. It's a friend saying good morning. You smile and text back. A simple exchange. No anxiety attached to it. No overthinking what to say or how they might interpret it. Just a friendly text. Simple as that. You think about your day ahead. You have work, errands, normal life stuff. But it doesn't feel overwhelming. Usually your to-do list sends your mind into overdrive, racing through everything, worrying about how you'll get it all done, stressing about every detail. But today you just acknowledge what needs to be done, and you know you'll do it, one thing at a time, without all the mental drama. This quiet mind thing is real. It's not just a fluke. It's still here. Hours after waking up, and it's still here. You can barely believe it. After so many years of constant mental noise, you didn't think this was possible. You thought maybe this was just how your brain worked, that some people had quiet minds and you weren't one of them. But here you are, experiencing it, living it. You get ready for work and everything is easier. Getting dressed isn't a source of stress. You just pick clothes and put them on. No agonizing over what to wear or second-guessing your choices. Making breakfast is simple, not a rushed, stressful task you do while thinking about 100 other things. Even small things like finding your keys and wallet are easier because your mind isn't cluttered. You can think clearly, remember things, focus. On the drive to work, you notice everything. The way the morning light hits the buildings, the people walking their dogs, the rhythm of the traffic. Usually you spend this drive mentally rehearsing conversations or worrying about the day ahead. But not today. Today you're just driving, listening to music, being present, and it's nice, really nice. You arrive at work and walk in without that knot of anxiety in your stomach. No racing thoughts about what might go wrong or what you forgot to do. Just a calm readiness to start the day. Your coworkers say good morning and you respond naturally, easily, without overthinking every interaction. At your desk, you start working and something amazing happens. You can focus, really focus. Usually your mind is jumping between tasks, starting one thing, then thinking about another, then getting distracted by a third thing. But now you start a task and you stay with it. Your thoughts don't wander. You're not fighting to keep your attention on what you're doing. It just naturally stays there. You're more productive in the first hour than you usually are in 3, because you're not wasting energy on mental noise. All that thinking about thinking, all those layers of worry and stress that usually sit on top of everything you do, they're gone. And without them, work is just work. Straightforward, manageable, even kind of satisfying. During a meeting, you listen, actually listen. Instead of your mind racing ahead to what you're going to say or worrying about what people think of you, you just hear what's being said. You understand it. You respond thoughtfully when it's your turn. And it feels good, natural. Like this is how conversations are supposed to be, without all the mental interference. A colleague mentions something stressful, a deadline that's tight, a project that's complicated, and you feel the old anxiety try to kick in, that familiar sensation of your mind wanting to race off into worry mode. But it doesn't stick. You acknowledge the challenge, think about what needs to be done, and then you move on. The worry doesn't spiral, it doesn't take over. It just passes through like a cloud. At lunch, you eat slowly, actually tasting your food, not scarfing it down while scrolling through your phone or thinking about work. You chew. You notice flavors and textures. You enjoy the simple act of eating. And when you're done, you feel satisfied, not stuffed or guilty or rushed, just pleasantly full and ready to continue your day. The afternoon goes smoothly. You handle tasks one by one. When something unexpected comes up, you deal with it. You don't spiral into stress or panic. You just address the issue and move forward. It's amazing how much easier life is when your mind isn't constantly creating extra drama and worry around everything. On the drive home, you think about the day, how different it was, how much more you enjoyed it. Not because anything particularly exciting happened, but because you were present for it. Because you experienced your life instead of spending it lost in thought, worrying about things that haven't happened, replaying things that are over. You were just here, living, being. At home, you don't immediately collapse from exhaustion. You have energy, not frantic, anxious energy, but calm, steady energy. The kind that comes from not spending all day fighting your own mind. You make dinner, put on some music, do normal evening things, but they feel different, better, more enjoyable. You call a friend, someone you've been meaning to connect with. Usually you put off calls like this because you're too tired or too stressed or too in your own head. But tonight, you actually want to talk, and the conversation flows easily. You listen to what they're saying. You share what's going on with you. No anxiety about awkward pauses or saying the wrong thing. Just two friends talking. They ask if you're okay. They say you sound different, better, more relaxed. And you tell them about the quiet mind, how it started last night and has continued all day. They're amazed. They want to know how you did it. And you realize you don't really know. It just happened. Maybe all those years of trying finally added up to something. Maybe your mind just got tired of racing. Maybe it's just your time. Whatever the reason, you're grateful. After the call, you sit on the couch and just rest, not watching TV or scrolling through your phone, just sitting, being still. And it's not boring, it's not uncomfortable, it's peaceful. Your mind doesn't demand entertainment or distraction. It's content to just be quiet, to just exist without needing to be constantly occupied. You think about all the years you spent trying to quiet your mind, all the meditation apps and self-help books and techniques you tried. Nothing really worked for long. You'd have moments of peace here and there, but they never lasted. And you started to think maybe you were just someone who had a racing mind, that this was your permanent state. But now you know that's not true. Change is possible. A quiet mind is possible, and you're living proof. It's not that you've become someone else. You're still you, with your same thoughts and feelings and personality. But those thoughts aren't in charge anymore. They're just thoughts. They come and go. And you don't have to grab onto every single one. You can let them pass. As evening turns to night, you start your bedtime routine. And there's no dread, no anxiety about whether you'll be able to sleep, because you know you will. You've felt tired building naturally throughout the evening, real tired, the kind that comes from a day well lived, not the exhausted but wired feeling you usually have. You wash your face, brush your teeth, change into pajamas, simple tasks, but you're present for them, not rushing through them while your mind races ahead to bed, just doing them, one thing at a time, enjoying the routine, the way these small acts of self-care feel when you're actually paying attention to them. Time twos. In bed, you arrange your pillows, pull up the blanket, and you feel that same peace from last night. Your mind is quiet. Your body is relaxed. You're ready for sleep, not fighting it or dreading it, just ready. Sleep is something nice now, something to look forward to, not something to stress about. You close your eyes and the quiet is still there. All day it's been there. Through work and conversations and activities, through challenges and stress and normal life, the quiet mind stayed. And now, as you drift towards sleep, it's like an old friend, comfortable, familiar, safe. Tomorrow will be another day. You'll have things to do, challenges to face. Life doesn't stop just because your mind is quiet. But you know now that you can handle it, without all the extra mental noise, without the constant worry and stress. You can just live your life, one moment at a time. present and aware and calm. And that changes everything. It changes how you work, how you interact with people, how you experience even the smallest moments. Life is richer when you're present for it, when your mind isn't somewhere else, when you can actually be here, right now. Sleep is coming. You can feel it, that gentle wave approaching, and you welcome it. No resistance, no stress, just acceptance, just letting yourself drift into rest, into dreams, into the deep, peaceful sleep that comes naturally when your mind is finally beautifully quiet. It's been 3 days now, 3 full days of this quiet mind. And every morning when you wake up, there's a moment of checking. Is it still there? Did it go away during the night? But no, it's still there. The peace, the calm, the beautiful absence of mental racing. It's becoming your new normal. And that's incredible. You're starting to notice patterns, times when the old racing thoughts try to come back. Usually when you're stressed or tired or facing something challenging. But now you can see them coming. You can feel the pull of anxiety trying to take over. And here's the amazing thing. You can choose not to follow it. You can acknowledge the worry without letting it spiral into 1,000 racing thoughts. Like yesterday at work, your boss mentioned a big project, the kind that would have sent your mind into overdrive before, planning every detail, worrying about what could go wrong, imagining conversations that haven't happened yet. But instead, you listened to what was being asked, took notes, asked clarifying questions, and when the meeting was over, you started working on it, step by step, without all the mental drama. Your coworkers have noticed something different about you. They can't quite put their finger on what it is, but you seem calmer, more focused, less frazzled. One of them asked if you were on vacation recently. They said you seem refreshed, and you laugh because it's not that you went anywhere. It's that your mind finally stopped going everywhere all at once. At night, sleep continues to come easily. You look forward to bedtime now. It's no longer this stressful transition you dread. It's peaceful. You lie down. Your mind quiets even more, and sleep arrives like a gentle friend. Some nights you drift off within minutes. Other nights you lie there peacefully for a while first. But there's no anxiety about it, no clock watching, no stress, just rest coming when it's ready. You're dreaming more, or maybe you're just remembering your dreams more. They're vivid and interesting, not the stress dreams you used to have, the ones where you're late or unprepared or searching for something you can't find. These dreams are different, creative, sometimes even fun. Your subconscious seems calmer too, more playful, less anxious. You've started doing things you've been putting off, not in a frantic, productive way, just naturally, because without the mental clutter, you can see more clearly what needs to be done, and you have the energy to do it. That phone call you've been avoiding, you made it. That project around the house, you started it. It's not that you suddenly have more time. It's that you're not wasting energy on worry anymore. Your relationships are different, too. Better. You're more present with people. When someone is talking to you, you actually hear them. You're not planning what you're going to say next or thinking about something else entirely. You're just there, listening, responding, being with them. And people notice. They seek you out more. They seem more comfortable around you. You met a friend for coffee this week. Usually these meetups stressed you out a little. What would you talk about? What if there were awkward silences? What if you said something stupid? But this time, you just showed up. And the conversation flowed naturally. You laughed, you shared, you listened. 2 hours passed like nothing, and when you left, you felt connected, fulfilled, not drained and overthinking every word you said. You're noticing beauty more. Small things you walked past before without seeing. The way light comes through trees, the sound of rain on the window, the feeling of warm water when you wash your hands. Life has texture now, depth, because you're present enough to experience it, to notice it, to appreciate it. Food tastes better. Music sounds richer. Even mundane tasks are more enjoyable because you're not doing them while lost in thought. You're actually doing them. Washing dishes becomes kind of meditative. The warm water, the bubbles, the simple act of making something clean. It's satisfying in a way it never was before. You realize how much energy you were spending on mental noise. It's like you were running a marathon in your head every single day. No wonder you were always exhausted. But now that energy is available for other things, for actually living, for enjoying life, for being present. And you have so much more capacity for work, for relationships, for hobbies, for everything. By the end of the week, you're a different person. Not completely different. You're still you, with your same personality and quirks and preferences. But you're a calmer version of yourself, a more grounded version, the version that was always there underneath the racing thoughts, hidden, waiting, and now finally able to emerge. You go for a walk in the park, something you haven't done in ages. Usually you'd tell yourself you're too busy or too tired. But today you just go, and it's beautiful. The trees, the sky, people playing with their dogs, kids on the playground. You sit on a bench and watch life happening around you, and your mind is so quiet, so peaceful. You're just here, witnessing, being part of it all without needing to think about it. A child runs past laughing, chasing a ball, and you smile. You feel that joy, not thinking about it or analyzing it, just feeling it. That's what a quiet mind gives you. Access to your own feelings, your own experiences, without the constant filter of thoughts and worries and mental chatter. You think back to your old self, just a week ago, how stressed you were, how your mind never stopped racing, how exhausting it all was. And you feel compassion for that version of yourself. You were doing your best, trying so hard. It wasn't your fault that your mind worked that way, but you're grateful, so grateful, that something shifted, that you found this peace. That evening, you cook a real meal, not something quick and easy, but something you enjoy making. You chop vegetables slowly, carefully, enjoying the process, the colors, the textures, the sounds, the smell of garlic cooking in olive oil, the sizzle of food in the pan. It's all so present, so real, so satisfying. You eat at the table instead of in front of the TV. You taste every bite, notice the flavors, feel grateful for the food, for the ability to prepare it, for this quiet mind that lets you actually enjoy these simple pleasures. Life doesn't need to be complicated to be good. Sometimes the best moments are the quietest ones. After dinner, you sit outside if the weather's nice, or by a window if it's not, and you just watch the evening arrive, the way the light changes, how the world settles into night, birds returning to their nests, streetlights coming on, the rhythm of day becoming night, and you're part of that rhythm now, not fighting it or rushing through it, just moving with it. Your body feels different after a week of this, lighter, less tense. You've noticed you're not getting as many headaches, your stomach isn't upset as often, your shoulders don't hurt the way they used to. Apparently, a lot of your physical discomfort was coming from stress, from the constant mental tension. And now that it's gone, your body is healing, relaxing, returning to its natural state. You're sleeping deeper too, waking up more refreshed, having more energy throughout the day. It's a positive cycle. Good sleep leads to a quieter mind. A quieter mind leads to better sleep. And round it goes, getting better each day, each week, building on itself. Someone at work commented that you seem happier, and you realize they're right. You are happier. Not because anything major changed in your life. You still have the same job, the same home, the same responsibilities, but you're experiencing it all differently, without the constant overlay of worry and stress. And that makes everything better. You're not perfect. You still have moments of stress, moments when the old patterns try to kick in. But these moments are brief now, and you have tools. You can breathe, you can ground yourself. You can remember this quiet place and return to it. It's always there, available, waiting for you to come back. At the end of the week, you lie in bed and reflect. 7 days ago, you were lying here with a racing mind, unable to sleep, exhausted but wired, desperate for peace. And now look at you, calm, quiet, peaceful, ready to drift into another good night's sleep. It feels like a miracle, but it's not. It's just what happens when your mind finally lets go. You think about the future, how this will continue to affect your life, the things you'll be able to do now that you're not fighting your own mind all the time, the relationships you'll deepen, the experiences you'll actually be present for, the joy you'll feel from simple moments, the peace that will become your baseline instead of stress. It's not that you'll never have problems. Life will still have challenges, difficult days, stressful situations, but you'll face them differently now, with a clear mind, with perspective, with the ability to stay grounded even when things get hard. That's the real gift. Not the absence of challenges, but the presence of peace, even within them. You close your eyes and feel your breath, slow and steady, your heartbeat, calm and regular, your body, relaxed and comfortable, your mind, quiet and still. This is who you are now. This is your new normal, and it's beautiful, so beautiful you could cry. But those would be tears of gratitude, of relief, of joy. Sleep is coming again, that familiar friend, gentle and kind. You don't resist it. You don't worry about it. You just let it come. Let yourself drift. Let your quiet mind carry you into dreams, into rest, into the deep, peaceful sleep that has become your nightly experience, your gift, your refuge, your home. Tomorrow is a new day, a new week, but you're not worried about it. You know you'll wake up with this same peace, this same quiet, and you'll face whatever comes with clarity and calm, because that's what you do now. That's who you've become. Someone with a quiet mind, someone at peace, someone finally, truly free from the racing thoughts that held you captive for so long. And as you drift deeper into sleep, a smile crosses your face, because you know, deep down you know, this is real, this is lasting, this is your life now, a life of quiet mind and peaceful nights, a life where you're present and aware and calm, a life worth living, worth savoring, worth enjoying every single moment of. Weeks have passed now, maybe a month. You've stopped counting the days because this quiet mind has become so natural, you don't think about it anymore. It's just how you are now, how you live, how you experience the world, and it keeps getting better, deeper, more integrated into every part of your life. You've become someone who meditates without trying, not formal meditation where you sit and struggle to quiet your mind, but natural meditation, where you're just present throughout your day. Washing dishes becomes meditation. Walking becomes meditation. Even sitting in traffic becomes meditation. Because you're here, now. Not lost in thought about somewhere else or some other time. People have started asking you what changed. Friends, family, co-workers. They notice something different. Some quality about you that's hard to name. And when you tell them about the quiet mind, they're curious. They want to know how you did it, and you wish you had a simple answer, some technique or trick you could share. But the truth is more subtle, more mysterious. Maybe it was all those years of trying, all those failed attempts at meditation and mindfulness finally adding up to something. Maybe it was just time. Your mind getting tired of racing, ready for something different. Maybe it was grace, or luck, or biology. You don't really know, and you've stopped trying to figure it out, because it doesn't matter how you got here. What matters is that you're here now. Your work life has transformed. You're more productive but less stressed. You can focus for longer periods without getting mentally exhausted. When challenges come up, you handle them calmly. Your boss has noticed, given you more responsibility, more interesting projects, and instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel capable, ready, because you trust yourself now, trust your ability to handle things without spiraling into anxiety. You've started saying no to things, not in a mean way, but in a clear, grounded way. When something doesn't align with your values or priorities, you decline. And you don't feel guilty about it. You don't spend hours second-guessing your decision or worrying about what people think. You just make the choice and move forward. That's the power of a quiet mind. It gives you clarity. Permission to honor your own needs. Your relationships have deepened, really deepened, because when you're with someone, you're fully with them, not half present while your mind races through its to-do list. People feel that. They feel seen and heard, and they respond to it. They open up more, share more, trust you more, because you're trustworthy now. Not distracted, not preoccupied, just there. You've reconnected with old friends, people you lost touch with because you were too stressed or too busy or too in your own head. But now you have the bandwidth, the mental space, the emotional availability, and those connections are feeding your soul, reminding you who you are, who you've always been underneath the anxiety. You've started new hobbies, things you always wanted to try but never did, because now you can actually focus on learning, on practicing, on enjoying the process without your mind constantly judging or rushing or comparing. You're painting or playing guitar or learning a language, whatever calls to you. And it's pure joy. Not achievement focused, just the pleasure of doing something for its own sake. Exercise has become enjoyable. Before, working out was something you forced yourself to do, fighting your mind the whole time, counting down the minutes until it was over. But now you actually like it. You feel your body moving. Notice your breath and heartbeat. Appreciate what your body can do. It's not punishment, it's celebration. And that changes everything. You're eating better without trying, because you can tell what your body actually wants, what it needs, without the emotional eating that came from stress, without the mindless snacking that came from boredom or anxiety. You eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, enjoy your food, treat your body with respect and care. Nature has become more important to you. You seek it out, need it, crave those moments of being outside, feeling the sun or wind or rain, hearing birds and rustling leaves, seeing clouds move across the sky. It grounds you, reminds you of something larger than your individual life, connects you to the rhythm of the earth. You've started keeping a journal, not because someone told you to, but because you want to capture these moments of peace and clarity, want to remember what you're learning, who you're becoming. And writing with a quiet mind is different. The words flow naturally, honestly, without the internal editor constantly criticizing and correcting. Some entries are just simple observations, what you noticed during the day, a conversation that touched you, a moment of beauty. Others are deeper, reflections on your life, your past, your future. But all of it comes from this place of quiet, of presence, of honesty with yourself that wasn't possible when your mind was racing all the time. You're more creative now. Ideas come easily. Solutions to problems appear, not because you're forcing them, but because there's space for them to emerge. When your mind is cluttered, there's no room for new thoughts. But when it's quiet, creativity flows naturally. You're surprised by your own insights, your own capacity for original thinking. Time aren't twos. At work, you've become the person others come to, not because you have all the answers, but because you listen well. Think clearly. Don't get caught up in drama or panic. You can see situations objectively. Consider multiple perspectives. Make decisions without endless deliberation. It's a kind of wisdom that comes not from knowledge, but from presence. Your financial situation has improved, not because you suddenly make more money, but because you're not spending emotionally anymore. No more impulse purchases to make yourself feel better. No more buying things to fill the void that anxiety created. You know what you need, what you value, and you spend accordingly. Saving has become easy because you're not trying to shop away your stress. You've started giving back, volunteering, helping others, because you have the mental and emotional space to care about more than just your own survival. When you're drowning in anxiety, you can barely take care of yourself. But now you can reach out, make a difference, contribute to your community, and it feels good, really good, to be part of something larger than yourself. Your home reflects this change too. It's calmer, more organized, not perfectly clean or minimalist, just more intentional. You've gotten rid of clutter, things that don't serve you, and what remains is what matters, what brings you joy or serves a purpose. Your space feels peaceful now, a sanctuary, a place where your quiet mind can rest and recharge. Mornings have become sacred. You wake up slowly. Don't rush. Take time to ease into the day. Maybe you sit with coffee and watch the sunrise. Maybe you journal or stretch or just be still. However you start your day, it's with intention, with presence, setting the tone for everything that follows. Evenings are for winding down. You have a routine now, not a rigid one, but a flow. Activities that signal to your body and mind that it's time to rest. Maybe a walk, a warm shower, reading, whatever helps you transition from the activity of day to the peace of night. And it works. Your body knows. Your mind knows. Sleep comes naturally. You're not afraid of silence anymore. Before, silence felt uncomfortable, made you anxious. You needed noise, distraction, something to fill the void. But now silence is your friend, your refuge. In silence, you hear yourself, know yourself, find peace. Silence is where the quiet mind lives, and you're comfortable there now, more than comfortable. You're home. You've noticed you laugh more, real laughter, the kind that comes from genuine joy and amusement, not nervous laughter or forced laughter, but the deep belly laughter of someone who's present enough to appreciate humor, to see the funny side of life, to not take everything so seriously, because when your mind is quiet, you can see that most things aren't as serious as they seem. You're more patient with yourself, with others, with life. Things that would have irritated you before now just roll off. Traffic, it's fine. You'll get there when you get there. Someone being difficult, they're probably having a hard day. It's not personal. Mistakes, they're learning opportunities, not catastrophes. Patience comes naturally when you're not constantly stressed and overwhelmed. You've become more compassionate, especially toward your old self, the anxious, stressed version who tried so hard and struggled so much. You don't judge that person. You understand them, love them even. They did their best, and they brought you here, to this quiet place, to this peace. Without that struggle, you might not appreciate this calm. So you're grateful for all of it. People sometimes ask if you're happy, and you think about it. Happiness isn't quite the right word. It's bigger than that, deeper than that. You're content, peaceful, grateful, present. Some days are happy, some are neutral, some are challenging. But underneath it all is this baseline of okayness, of being fundamentally at peace with yourself and your life. And that's better than happiness, more sustainable, more real. You still have thoughts, of course. Your mind hasn't disappeared, but the thoughts are different now, clearer, more purposeful, less repetitive, and most importantly, you're not your thoughts. You can watch them come and go without identifying with them, without believing that every thought is true or important or needs to be acted on. They're just thoughts, passing through, like clouds in the sky of your mind. Sometimes you catch yourself starting to worry about something, and you smile, because you see it happening, you're aware of it, and that awareness itself breaks the pattern. You can choose differently, choose to let it go, choose to stay present, choose peace. That's the real freedom, not the absence of challenging thoughts, but the ability to choose how you respond to them. At night, lying in bed, you often feel overwhelmed with gratitude for this quiet mind, for this peaceful life, for the ability to rest easily, to sleep well, to wake up calm and clear. You don't know why you were given this gift, but you don't question it. You just receive it, appreciate it, live it as fully as you can. And tonight is no different. You're lying here, comfortable and relaxed. Your mind is quiet. Your body is at ease. The day is done. Whatever happened today, good or challenging, it's over now. And you can rest. You can let go. You can drift into sleep, knowing that tomorrow you'll wake up with this same peace, this same clarity, this same quiet mind that has become your constant companion. Life isn't perfect. You're not pretending it is. You still face difficulties, still have problems to solve, still experience the full range of human emotions, but you face it all from this place of inner peace, this quiet center that nothing can disturb. And that makes all the difference in the world. As sleep approaches, you feel yourself letting go, releasing the day, releasing everything, just sinking into this moment, this bed, this breath, this beautiful, peaceful, quiet mind. And you know, with absolute certainty, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, which is nothing, just resting, just being, just allowing yourself this simple, profound gift of peace. Months have passed. This quiet mind has become so natural, so integrated into who you are, that you barely remember what the old racing thoughts felt like. Sometimes you try to recall it, that constant mental noise, the anxiety, the inability to rest. But it seems distant now, like it happened to someone else. In a way, it did. You're not that person anymore. You've discovered that a quiet mind opens doors you didn't even know existed. Opportunities appear, not because you're chasing them, but because you're present enough to notice them, alert enough to act on them, grounded enough to pursue them without second-guessing yourself into paralysis. Life flows differently when you're not constantly in your own way. Your intuition has become stronger, much stronger. Before, your intuition was drowned out by mental noise, but now you can hear it clearly. That subtle inner knowing, that gut feeling about what's right for you, and you trust it, follow it, and it leads you well to the right choices, the right people, the right paths, because when your mind is quiet, your inner wisdom can finally speak. You've become comfortable with uncertainty. Life is uncertain, always has been. But before, that uncertainty created constant anxiety. Your mind would race trying to control everything, predict everything, prepare for every possibility, exhausting yourself with what-ifs. But now you can sit with not knowing, with things being unclear or unresolved, and it's okay. You trust yourself to handle whatever comes, and that trust is everything. Your relationships have reached a new depth, not just with friends and family, but with yourself. You've gotten to know yourself, really know yourself, without the constant filter of anxious thoughts and mental chatter. You know what you like, what you need, what matters to you, what doesn't. And that self-knowledge informs every choice you make, every boundary you set, every yes and every no. You've started helping others find their own quiet mind, not in a preachy way. You're not claiming to have all the answers, but people ask. They see the peace in you, the calm, and they want to know how to find it for themselves. So you share your experience, what worked for you, what you've learned, and sometimes it helps them. Sometimes they find their own path. Either way, you're glad to support their journey. Work has become more than just a job. It's become a place where you express yourself, contribute, make a difference. You're not just going through the motions anymore. You're engaged, present, bringing your full self to what you do. And people notice. Opportunities for advancement come. new responsibilities, recognition, not because you're chasing them, but because you're showing up fully, and excellence follows presence. You've let go of so much that wasn't serving you. Toxic relationships that you held on to out of guilt or habit. Activities that drained you, but you felt obligated to do. Beliefs about yourself that were never true. Expectations others placed on you that weren't yours to carry. With a quiet mind, you can see clearly what's yours and what isn't, and you can release what doesn't belong. Your health has improved significantly. The physical symptoms of chronic stress have faded. The headaches, the digestive issues, the muscle tension. Your body is healing, thriving, because stress isn't constantly flooding it with cortisol and adrenaline. You're sleeping deeply, eating well, moving regularly, taking care of yourself, and your body is responding, showing you what's possible when you're not constantly stressed. You've discovered joy in ordinary moments, making your bed in the morning, feeling the smooth sheets under your hands, the satisfaction of starting the day with something complete, washing vegetables for dinner, the cool water, the bright colors, the simple act of preparing nourishment, walking from your car to your door, feeling your legs move, noticing the sky, being alive, just being alive, and it's enough. You're more spontaneous now, not in a reckless way, but in a flowing way. When opportunities arise, you can say yes without overthinking, without your mind racing through all the reasons why you shouldn't. You can be flexible, adaptable, open to life surprising you, and life does surprise you in beautiful ways, because you're available for it, present to it, ready for it. You've learned to rest without guilt, to take breaks, to do nothing sometimes. Before, doing nothing felt wrong, wasteful. Your mind would guilt you about being lazy or unproductive. But now you understand. Rest is productive. Rest is necessary. Rest is how you sustain yourself, how you maintain this quiet mind, how you stay present and grounded and clear. So you rest without apology, and you're better for it. Your creativity has blossomed. You're writing or painting or making music or whatever form your creativity takes, and it flows, not forced, not trying to be perfect, just expressing what's inside you, letting it out, and it's satisfying in a deep way. Creative expression from a quiet mind is pure, honest, unfiltered by self-judgment or fear of criticism. It's just you, fully you, on the page or canvas or in the song. You've become more generous with your time, your attention, your resources, because you have enough, not necessarily more stuff or money, but enough inner peace, enough mental space, enough emotional stability. And from that place of enough, you can give freely, joyfully, without resentment or expectation of return, just because it feels good to contribute, to help, to share what you have. You've stopped comparing yourself to others, that exhausting habit of measuring yourself against everyone else, wondering if you're good enough, smart enough, successful enough, attractive enough, whatever enough. It's gone, or mostly gone, because comparison requires mental energy you're no longer willing to spend. You're on your own path, living your own life, and that's enough, more than enough. You're more honest now, with yourself, with others, not brutally honest, but genuinely honest. You say what you mean what you say. You don't hide behind politeness or people-pleasing. You don't pretend to feel what you don't feel. You're real, authentic. And that authenticity creates real connections, real relationships, with people who appreciate you for who you actually are, not who you pretend to be. Time feels different now, slower, richer, because you're present for it. Before, time seemed to disappear, days blending into weeks, into months. Where did it go? You'd wonder. But you were never actually there for it. You were lost in thought, worrying about the future or ruminating about the past. But now you're here for each moment, and time expands, deepens, becomes vivid and real. You've developed rituals that support your quiet mind, morning practices that ground you, evening practices that help you wind down. Throughout the day, little moments of pause, of breath, of presence. These aren't rigid rules. They're gentle supports, reminders, ways of caring for yourself and this precious gift of inner peace you've been given. You notice when your mind starts to get loud again. It happens sometimes. Stress builds, life gets intense. The old patterns try to reassert themselves. But you catch it early now. You recognize the signs, the tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your chest, the quality of your thoughts changing. And you can course correct. Take a walk, breathe, rest, do whatever you need to return to center, to quiet, to peace. You've become a student of your own mind, curious about it, fascinated by how it works, what triggers stress, what promotes calm, what you need in different situations. And this curiosity is kind, not critical or judgmental, just interested, wanting to understand, to support yourself better, to live more consciously, more intentionally, more peacefully. Your definition of success has changed. It's no longer about achievement or accomplishment or having more. Success is this, right here, a quiet mind, peaceful sleep, being present with loved ones, enjoying simple moments, contributing to others, living authentically. That's success. That's what matters. Everything else is just details, nice if it happens, but not necessary for a good life. You've made peace with your past. All those years of anxiety and racing thoughts, the mistakes you made, the opportunities you missed because you were too stressed to take them, the time you wasted worrying. You've forgiven yourself because that person was doing their best, struggling, trying to survive, and they brought you here, to this place of peace. And for that, you're grateful. You're excited about the future, not in an anxious, planning way, but in an open, curious way. You don't know what's coming, and that's okay. You'll meet it when it arrives, with presence, with clarity, with this quiet mind that has become your superpower, your anchor, your home. Whatever life brings, you know you can handle it, because you're not fighting yourself anymore. You're on your own side. Some days are harder than others. You're not pretending life is always easy. Sometimes stress comes, grief, disappointment, fear, all the human emotions. But you experience them differently now. You feel them fully, without resistance. Let them move through you, and then they pass. Because emotions do pass, when you don't cling to them or push them away, when you just let them be. You've learned that a quiet mind doesn't mean an empty mind. It means a spacious mind. There's room for thoughts, for feelings, for experiences. But they don't crowd you. They don't overwhelm you. They exist in space, in silence, in peace, and you can hold them all without being consumed by them. That's the gift. Not the absence of content, but the presence of space. You spend more time in nature now. It's essential to you, as essential as food or sleep. Being outside grounds you, reminds you of something larger, something timeless. The trees don't have racing thoughts. The rivers don't worry. The mountains don't stress about tomorrow. They just are. And being with them helps you remember. You can just be too. Just exist. Just breathe. Just live. You've become comfortable with your own company. Solitude used to be difficult. Your racing mind would fill the silence with noise, with worry, with restlessness. But now solitude is sweet, peaceful, restorative. You can be alone without being lonely, because you're good company for yourself. You like yourself. Enjoy your own thoughts, or the absence of thoughts, either way. You've noticed you attract different people now, calmer people, more grounded people, like attracts like, and the relationships you form are deeper, more authentic, less dramatic. You're not interested in chaos anymore, in intensity for its own sake. You value peace, genuine connection, real communication, and you surround yourself with people who value those things too. Night. Your sleep is so deep, so restful. You dream vividly. Sometimes you remember them, sometimes you don't. But you wake up feeling restored, like you've been somewhere healing during the night. Your subconscious is at peace too, processing things in its own way, integrating experiences, releasing what needs to be released, supporting you even while you sleep. You lie in bed now, at the end of another day, and you feel complete. Not perfect, but complete. You've lived today, really lived it, been present for it, experienced it, and now you can let it go. Release it. Let it become part of your past. Tomorrow will be a new day, new moments, new opportunities to be present, to live from this place of quiet, of peace, of presence. Your eyes are heavy. Your body is relaxed. Your mind is so quiet, so beautifully, perfectly quiet. And you're grateful, so grateful for this gift, for this peace, for this life you're living now. A life where your mind is finally your friend, your ally, your peaceful companion, instead of your constant tormentor. Sleep is here. You can feel it, that familiar, gentle presence, wrapping around you like a soft blanket, pulling you down into rest, into dreams, into the deep, healing sleep that restores you every night. And you go willingly, happily, peacefully, because this is what you do now. You rest well, you sleep well, you live well. From a place of quiet, from a place of peace, from a place of home. You've started teaching others, not formally, but people come to you. They see something in you they want for themselves. That calm, that presence, that ability to stay grounded when everyone else is spinning. And you share what you know, what you've learned, what you've discovered about living with a quiet mind. The first thing you tell them is that it's possible, really possible, because they often don't believe that. They think their racing mind is permanent, just how they're wired. But you're living proof that change can happen, that the mind can quiet, that peace is accessible. And seeing you, being with you, gives them hope. And hope is where it starts. You explain that it's not about stopping thoughts. That's not possible. That's not even the goal. It's about changing your relationship with thoughts, learning to watch them instead of being caught up in them, creating space around them, letting them be there without letting them run your life. That's the shift. That's the transformation. You tell them about presence, how everything changes when you're actually here, actually now, not lost in the past or future, not constantly thinking about what you should be doing or what might happen, just here, breathing, existing, experiencing this moment exactly as it is. That's where peace lives, right here, right now, nowhere else. Some people get it right away. You see it in their eyes, that flash of understanding, that moment when something clicks. Others struggle more. They want techniques and formulas, step-by-step instructions, and you give them what you can. Breathing exercises, grounding practices, things that help. But you also remind them the technique isn't the point. The presence is the point. Whatever helps them be more present is the right technique for them. You've discovered that teaching deepens your own understanding. Every time you explain something to someone else, you understand it better yourself. You see new aspects of it, new layers, new dimensions. It's like you're discovering it fresh each time, and that keeps your own practice alive, growing, evolving. You're not just maintaining the quiet mind, you're deepening it, expanding it, learning more about what's possible. You've also learned that everyone's path is different. What worked for you might not work for someone else. And that's okay. There's no one right way to find a quiet mind. Some people need meditation, some need therapy, some need movement or creativity or nature or community. The path doesn't matter. What matters is that they're walking it, moving toward peace, toward presence, towards themselves. You've become more patient with the process, both yours and others. Growth isn't linear. Some days you're more present than others. Some days the old patterns try to creep back, and that's normal. That's part of being human. You don't judge yourself for it anymore, and you don't judge others for their struggles. You just meet everyone where they are, including yourself, with kindness, with compassion, with patience. Your understanding of consciousness has expanded. You're more aware of awareness itself, that space in which everything happens. Thoughts arise in it, feelings arise in it, experiences arise in it. But that space itself is unchanging, always here, always now, always peaceful, and you can rest there, in that awareness, in that consciousness. That's your true home, not your thoughts or feelings or circumstances, but the awareness that witnesses it all. You've started appreciating paradox, how you can be deeply engaged with life and simultaneously detached from outcomes, how you can care deeply about things without being attached to them, working out a certain way, how you can plan and prepare while also being completely present. These paradoxes used to confuse you. Now they make sense, because you're living them, experiencing them, understanding them not intellectually, but experientially. You're more in touch with your body. You feel things you never noticed before, subtle sensations, energy moving, tension releasing. Your body is always communicating with you, and now you can hear it, feel it, respond to it. This body awareness grounds you, keeps you present, because the body is always here, always now. It's the mind that travels to past and future. The body is your anchor to this moment. You've learned to work with energy, not in some mystical way, but in recognizing that you have a finite amount of energy each day, and you can choose where to direct it. Before, so much energy went to worry, to mental racing, to stress and anxiety. Now that energy is available for living, for creating, for connecting, for whatever matters to you. It's like you've been given extra hours in the day, not literal hours, but energy hours, capacity, bandwidth, life force. Your spiritual life has deepened, however you define spiritual. Maybe it's religion, maybe it's nature, maybe it's art or music or connection. Whatever it is that makes you feel part of something larger. That sense of meaning and purpose and belonging. It's stronger now, more accessible, because a quiet mind is naturally spiritual. It sees beyond the surface, feels beyond the individual, knows beyond the thinking. You're more comfortable with mystery, with not knowing, with questions that don't have answers. Life is mysterious. Consciousness is mysterious. Existence itself is mysterious. And instead of that creating anxiety, it creates wonder, awe, appreciation. You don't need to understand everything, figure everything out, have all the answers. You can simply be, simply witness, simply experience, and that's enough. You've noticed that synchronicities happen more often, meaningful coincidences, things lining up in unexpected ways, people appearing right when you need them, opportunities arising at just the right time. Maybe the synchronicities were always there and you're just noticing them now. Or maybe a quiet mind actually creates more flow in life, more alignment, more ease. You don't know, but you notice it and appreciate it. Your decision-making has become clearer, faster, more confident, not because you're impulsive, but because you can sense what's right, what aligns with your values and goals, what feels true. You don't need endless analysis, endless deliberation. You can tune in, listen, know, and act. This intuitive decision-making saves so much time and energy, and it usually leads you well. You're more accepting of change. Life is always changing, always moving, always evolving. Resisting that creates suffering, but accepting it creates peace. You can flow with change now, adapt, adjust, let go of what needs to be released. Embrace what's arriving, not clinging, not pushing away, just being with what is, as it is, for as long as it is, and then letting it become something else. You've developed deep trust in yourself, in life, in the process. You don't need guarantees anymore, certainty, absolute security, because you know you can handle whatever comes, not because you're stronger or smarter or better, but because you're present, grounded, connected to something deeper than circumstances. That trust changes everything. It allows you to relax, to open, to receive, to live. Your sense of purpose has clarified, not in some grand cosmic way necessarily, but in knowing what matters to you, what you're here to do, what you're called to contribute. And that clarity guides your choices, your actions, your life. You're not wandering anymore, not searching. You're living your purpose, however big or small that looks from the outside. From the inside, it feels right, true, aligned. You celebrate more, small victories, little joys, ordinary moments. Before, you were always looking ahead to the next thing, the next goal, the next achievement, never satisfied, never complete. But now you can appreciate what is, celebrate where you are, acknowledge how far you've come. And that celebration itself creates more joy, more gratitude, more life. You're kinder to yourself, much kinder. You speak to yourself like you would a dear friend, with gentleness, with encouragement, with love. The harsh inner critic has quieted, not completely disappeared, but it's no longer the dominant voice. And when it does speak up, you recognize it. Thank it for trying to protect you, and choose a kinder thought instead. This self-kindness has transformed your entire life, from the inside out. You've learned that healing is possible. Whatever wounds you carried, whatever trauma or pain or difficulty, it can heal, not by pretending it didn't happen, but by being present with it, feeling it fully, letting it move through you, and releasing it when it's ready. A quiet mind creates space for healing, for integration, for becoming whole, and you're more whole now than you've ever been. At night, you lie in bed and reflect on your life, this beautiful, ordinary, extraordinary life, and you feel so much gratitude, not just for the big things, but for everything, for breath, for comfort, for safety, for this quiet mind that makes it all possible, that lets you experience it all fully, that gives you peace in the midst of whatever is happening. You know that tomorrow will bring new challenges, new opportunities, new moments to be present for, and you're ready, not in a tense, prepared way, but in an open, receptive way. Whatever comes, you'll meet it, with presence, with peace, with this quiet mind that has become your greatest gift, your most precious resource, your constant companion on this journey of being human. Time has become timeless, not in the sense that hours don't pass, they do, but in the sense that you're not always aware of them, not counting, not measuring, not wishing them faster or slower. You're just here, in each moment, and each moment is complete, perfect, exactly as it should be. This is what presence really means. Not thinking about time, but being in it, with it, as it. You've discovered a kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. Things can be difficult, and you're still peaceful. Things can be chaotic, and you're still centered. Things can be uncertain, and you're still grounded. Because the peace isn't coming from outside. It's coming from within, from this quiet space that's always there, always available, no matter what's happening around you or even within you. You've stopped trying to fix everything. Some things don't need fixing. They just need to be experienced, felt, allowed. Your quiet mind has taught you this, that resistance creates suffering, but acceptance creates peace. You can accept reality and still work to change it. Those aren't contradictory. You accept what is while taking action toward what could be. No resistance, just response, just presence, just being with what's real. Your relationship with silence has deepened. Silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's a presence itself, a fullness, a richness. You can sit in silence for long periods now, not meditating formally, just being quiet. And it's nourishing, restorative, like drinking from a deep well. Silence replenishes you, reminds you who you are beneath all the noise, all the doing, all the identity and story and role. Just you, pure, simple, here. You've learned that love and a quiet mind are connected. Not romantic love necessarily, though that's easier too, but a general loving kindness toward all beings, all of life. When your mind is quiet, the barriers between you and others dissolve. You feel connected, part of the whole. And from that connection comes natural compassion, natural care, natural love, not forced, not practiced, just there, flowing, like breathing. You're less interested in entertainment, in distraction, in filling every moment with something. You can just be now. And being is enough, more than enough. This doesn't mean you don't enjoy things, movies, music, books. You do. But you don't need them to escape, to avoid yourself or your life. You engage with them from choice, from genuine interest, not from compulsion or fear of boredom. You've noticed that your perception has changed. You see beauty everywhere, in places you walked past before without noticing. The way light falls on a wall, the pattern of leaves on the ground, the expression on a stranger's face. Your quiet mind has opened your eyes, made you present enough to really see. And what you see is beautiful, all of it. Even the difficult things have a kind of beauty when you're present with them. You're more playful, lighter. You don't take yourself so seriously anymore. You can laugh at yourself, at your quirks and mistakes and human imperfection. Life itself seems less heavy, less serious, more like a game or dance. You're still responsible, still caring. But there's a lightness underneath it all, a joy, a sense that existence itself is a gift. And you're here to enjoy it, to play, to explore, to experience. You've developed a practice of gratitude that's become second nature, not forced gratitude where you list things you should be grateful for, but spontaneous gratitude that arises naturally throughout the day. Grateful for the warm sun, for your functioning body, for clean water, for people you love, for challenges that help you grow, for breath, for consciousness, for being alive. It's all gift, and you know it, feel it, live it. Your nighttime routine has become sacred. You look forward to it, this transition from day to night, from activity to rest. You move slowly through it, savoring each part, washing your face, feeling the water, brushing your teeth, the familiar ritual, changing into comfortable clothes, the softness against your skin. Each act is mindful, intentional, a way of honoring yourself and preparing for sleep. In bed, you've developed a practice of reviewing your day, not judging it, just witnessing it. What happened, what you experienced, what you learned, and then releasing it, letting it go, so you can be fully present for sleep, for rest, for the renewal that comes with night. This review helps you complete the day, close the circle, be finished with it, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. You've learned to bless things, your day, your loved ones, your challenges, even difficult people or situations, not in a religious way necessarily, but in acknowledging them, accepting them, wishing them well. This practice of blessing softens everything, creates space, releases resentment and resistance. And in that release, you find more peace, more freedom, more room to breathe. You're aware of your breathing in a different way now, not controlling it, just aware of it, the constant rhythm, the anchor to this moment. Breath connects you to your body, to now, to life itself. And you can always return to it. When your mind starts to wander, when stress begins to build, when you need grounding, the breath is always there, always available, always bringing you home. You've discovered that the quiet mind has layers, depths. You thought you'd arrived, found the peace you were looking for, and you had. But there's always more. Deeper quiet, profounder peace, greater presence. It's not a destination. It's a journey, an exploration, an ever-unfolding discovery of what's possible when the mind is truly still. And you're enjoying that exploration, that deepening, that expansion into greater and greater peace. Your relationship with your body has become intimate, trusting. You listen to it, honor its needs, rest when it's tired, move when it wants movement, eat when it's hungry. Your body is wise. It knows what it needs. And now you can hear it, feel it, respond to it. This embodiment grounds you, makes you present in a visceral way, reminds you that you're not just a mind, you're a body too, a living, feeling, experiencing body. You've let go of so many shoulds, all the rules you thought you had to follow, the expectations you thought you had to meet, the person you thought you had to be. And in releasing those, you've found yourself, your true self, not the constructed self, not the people-pleasing self, but the authentic self that was always there, waiting, under all the noise and worry and trying, just being, just you. You're comfortable with endings now. Nothing lasts forever. Relationships change, jobs end, phases of life complete. And instead of grieving or resisting, you can appreciate what was and let it go. Make space for what's next, what's arriving, what wants to emerge. Endings are also beginnings, and you trust that. Trust the cycle. Trust the flow. Trust life itself to move you where you need to go. You've found that your needs are simpler than you thought. You don't need much to be content, to be peaceful, to be happy. Basic comfort, meaningful connection, work that matters, time in nature, creative expression, rest, simple food, clean water. That's enough, more than enough. The pursuit of more has fallen away because you have everything you need, right here, right now, in this quiet mind and peaceful heart. Tonight, lying here, you feel complete, not in the sense that you're finished or done, but in the sense that you're whole, integrated, all the parts of you working together, mind, body, heart, spirit, all aligned, all peaceful, all quiet. This wholeness is what you were always searching for, and now you've found it, not by adding anything, but by letting go of everything that wasn't you. You think about all the people still struggling with racing minds, still lying awake at night, still exhausted from mental noise, and you wish for them what you've found, this peace, this quiet, this rest, not because you're better than them, but because you know how good it is, how life-changing, how healing, and you want that for everyone, for all beings, everywhere. May they find peace. May they find quiet. May they find rest. Your eyes are so heavy now. Your body so relaxed. Your mind so beautifully quiet. You're exactly where you want to be, need to be, in this bed, in this body, in this life, with this peaceful mind. You've arrived, not at a destination, but at yourself, at home, at peace. And from this place you can rest deeply, sleep fully, dream sweetly. The night welcomes you. The darkness is soft, gentle, safe. You sink into it without fear, without resistance, just letting go, releasing, surrendering to sleep, to rest, to the healing that happens when you finally stop fighting, stop trying, stop doing, and just be, just rest, just sleep. Tomorrow will come, it always does, and you'll meet it with the same peace, the same presence, the same quiet mind. But that's tomorrow. Right now is now. And now is for sleeping, for resting, for letting your body and mind and heart and soul restore themselves, prepare themselves, heal themselves, in the deep, restful, peaceful sleep that comes so naturally now. You're drifting, floating, somewhere between waking and sleeping. And it's beautiful, this transition, this letting go, this release into rest. Your breathing is so slow, so deep, your heartbeat steady and calm, your mind so quiet you can barely hear it anymore. Just space, just peace, just this perfect moment of rest arriving. And you smile, just a little, because you know, deep in your soul, you know, this is what you were made for, not the stress, not the racing thoughts, not the anxiety, but this peace, this presence, this quiet mind, this deep rest. This is your natural state, and you finally found your way home. Finally found yourself. Finally found peace. Sleep comes like a wave, gentle, inevitable, carrying you away from shore, out into the deep waters of rest, of dreams, of healing, and you go willingly, gratefully, peacefully, because this is what you do now. You rest well, you sleep deeply, you wake refreshed, and you live from this place of profound inner quiet, this place of peace, this place of home. Good night, sweet dreams. May your mind stay quiet. May your sleep be deep. May you wake tomorrow feeling rested and restored and ready for another beautiful day. Another day of living with a quiet mind. Another day of presence and peace. Another gift of simply being alive. You're in that space now, that beautiful space between waking and sleeping, where everything is soft, where boundaries dissolve, where your mind is at its quietest. This is the space you've learned to love, to trust, to sink into completely, without fear, without resistance, just pure, simple letting go. Your thoughts, if you can even call them thoughts anymore, are like whispers, barely there, drifting through consciousness like clouds across a vast sky. You don't grab onto them, don't follow them, don't need to understand them. They're just there, passing, moving, flowing, and you're the space in which they flow, the awareness that watches, the peace that holds it all. You've discovered something profound in these quiet moments before sleep, that you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you're not your body, you're the awareness that experiences all of these things, the consciousness that's always here, always present, always peaceful. And that discovery has changed everything, because if you're not those things, then you can't be hurt by them, controlled by them, limited by them. This awareness, this consciousness, it's always been here. Even during all those years of racing thoughts and anxiety, it was there underneath, witnessing, waiting, patient. And now you've found it, recognized it, come home to it. And from this place, everything is okay. Everything has always been okay. Even when it didn't feel like it, even when you were struggling, the awareness was there, peaceful, still, unchanged by the storm of thoughts. You feel your body sinking deeper into the mattress, every muscle releasing, letting go, surrendering to gravity, to rest, to the support of the bed beneath you. Your body knows how to do this, how to rest, how to heal, how to restore itself. You don't need to control it or manage it. You just need to get out of the way. Let it do what it naturally does. And your quiet mind allows that, creates space for that natural healing to happen. There's a rhythm to your breath now, so slow, so deep, so peaceful. In and out, like the tide, like the earth breathing. And you're connected to that rhythm, part of it, not separate, not alone, but connected to everything, to life itself, breathing you, living you, being you. And all you have to do is allow it, be with it, rest in it. You think about consciousness itself, how mysterious it is, how miraculous, that you're aware, that you exist, that you can experience anything at all. And that awareness, that ability to experience, it's the most precious thing, more precious than any achievement or possession or status. Because without consciousness, nothing else matters, nothing else exists for you, and you have it right now, this gift of awareness, this gift of being. Your quiet mind has taught you to appreciate this gift, to not take it for granted. Every moment of awareness is precious. Every experience, whether pleasant or unpleasant, is valuable. because you're here to experience it, aware of it, conscious of it. And that's enough. That's everything. You don't need anything more than this consciousness, this awareness, this being. You've learned that peace isn't something you achieve. It's something you discover. It was always here, always available. You just couldn't see it because of all the noise, all the mental chatter, all the anxiety and worry and racing thoughts. But they were never the problem. They were just clouds blocking the sun. And now the clouds have parted, and the sun was always shining. The peace was always here. You've just cleared away enough noise to notice it. This realization brings such relief, such freedom, because it means you don't have to maintain the peace. You don't have to work to keep it. You just have to notice it. Return to it. Remember it's here. And even if you forget, even if the clouds come back, the sun is still there. The peace is still here, waiting for you, available whenever you're ready to notice it again. You feel gratitude washing through you, wave after wave of thankfulness, for this quiet mind, for this peaceful body, for this awareness, for this moment, for this life, for everything, all of it. The struggles that brought you here, the pain that taught you, the joy that sustained you, the love that held you, all of it, every bit. You're grateful for all of it. And in this gratitude, you find even deeper peace, because gratitude and peace are connected. Gratitude says yes to life, yes to what is, yes to this moment. And in that yes, resistance falls away, struggle ceases, peace emerges, not as something new, but as what's left when you stop fighting, when you stop resisting, when you finally, fully say yes. Your body is so heavy now, so relaxed, you can barely feel the boundaries of it, where you end and the bed begins, where your skin stops and the air starts. It's all blending together, all becoming one. And that's okay. That's perfect, because you're not just this body. You're everything. You're nothing. You're the awareness that contains it all. And in that awareness, there are no boundaries, no separation, just oneness, just peace, just being. Sleep is so close now. You can feel it, that warm embrace, that gentle darkness, that sweet surrender. And you're ready, so ready. To let go completely, to release everything, to dissolve into sleep, into rest, into the healing darkness that restores you every night. You trust it completely. This sleep, this rest, this nightly renewal. Time to walk at twos. You think one last thought. So quiet, it's barely a thought at all. More like a feeling, a knowing. And it's this. Everything is okay. Right now. Right here, in this moment, everything is exactly as it should be. You're exactly where you need to be. And that's enough. More than enough. That's everything. Your mind is so quiet now, so still, like a pond with no ripples, like the sky with no clouds, like space itself, vast, empty, full, silent, peaceful. And you rest in that silence, that stillness, that peace. Not doing anything, not trying anything, not being anything, just resting, just being, just awareness itself, pure and simple and here. The last thing you notice before sleep takes you completely is how safe you feel, how held, how supported by the bed, by the darkness, by life itself. You're not alone. You've never been alone. You're part of something vast and beautiful and mysterious, and it's holding you, carrying you, supporting you, always, in every moment, even this one, especially this one. And then you slip away, into sleep, into dreams, into that mysterious realm where consciousness goes to play and heal and rest. Your body continues breathing. Your heart continues beating. But you're gone. Asleep. Deeply asleep. The kind of sleep that comes from a truly quiet mind, a truly peaceful heart, a truly relaxed body. The kind of sleep that heals, that restores, that renews. Hours pass in what feels like moments, deep or restful, healing sleep. Your body doing its work, repairing cells, consolidating memories, balancing hormones, processing emotions, all the things it does while you sleep, while your conscious mind is resting, while you're dreaming or not dreaming, just being asleep, just being at peace. And through it all, that awareness remains, that consciousness. Even in sleep, it's there, witnessing, holding, being. You might not remember it when you wake, but it's there now, always there. The constant, the unchanging, the eternal presence that you are, have always been, will always be, beyond thoughts, beyond feelings, beyond even sleep and waking, just pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure being. And in that being, there's only peace, only quiet, only rest, deep, profound, complete rest, the rest that your soul has been craving, that your mind has been seeking, that your body has been needing. And now you have it. Now you're living it. Now you are it. Just rest, just peace, just quiet, just being, just this, just now, just sleep, deep, beautiful, healing sleep. Your quiet mind has carried you here, to this place of perfect rest, perfect peace, perfect surrender. And tomorrow, when you wake, it will still be there. This gift, this blessing, this quiet mind that has transformed your life, changed everything, made everything possible. You're so grateful, so peaceful, so ready to sleep, so ready to rest, so ready to just be here, now, always.